Good morning and welcome to On the Beat. My name is Kim Mastrofino, and with me today is the Beat team, Martin Chan and Joe Hildreth. We are from the Franco-Lean Center. For all of you that don't know, and our organization is on Airport Road. So we do these weekly broadcasts to help promote our community neighbors and to learn more about all that they're doing. So anyway, we're going to check in with the Beat team. We're going to start with Martin. Martin, how's it going today?
Doing wonderful. Today's Tuesday, May 11th.
Yes, it is.
Today's sunny. And hopefully, the temperature is high 50s to 60s later. It's beautiful outside right now.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. We got to take advantage and get out there and walk. I guess there's no excuse today, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Well, thank you for those weather updates. It's always good to hear good weather reports, Martin.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thanks for providing that. So anyway, let's check in with Joe. Joe, how's it going?
I'm doing good and great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you as always. It's always a pleasure to see both of you, and you both do amazing work. So it's always a pleasure to work with you as well. So I have to ask you, how's Annie the cat doing today?
Good.
I think today is the perfect day for her to sit in on our broadcast because it's all about animals today. But anyway, I think she's probably listening from a side, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll give her that. She doesn't want to make her appearance yet. Anyway, you have some community updates. Are you ready to share them?
Yes.
Okay.
Opening day for the Dooms Park will be Saturday, May 29th. Please also visit the Musqueamicut Beach Facebook page for more info on the movies and event schedule for the drive-in and about businesses that are opening. Just a reminder, Lace Up for Literacy begins Sunday, May 16th through May 31st. For more info, please visit Literacy Volunteers of South County website.
Thank you, Joe, for those updates. And yes, more things are opening up. So please check out social media pages and websites for information on more things opening up. More restaurants are opening up. More restaurants down at the beach are opening up. The drive-in's open. And I know the drive-in is offering not just movies. I think there's going to be, a couple concerts as well down there. So anyway, looking forward to all of those great opportunities. So now it's time to introduce our very special guest. Her name is Lina O'Leary, and she's the board president for Stand Up for Animals. So please welcome Lina.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you. It's good to see you and meet with you. This is our first time meeting and chatting, so we do appreciate your time. We know how busy you are, and we're happy to have you on to talk more about Stand Up for Animals and all that you do, which is amazing work, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So as you know, Martin and Joe are conducting the interview questions. And I think, Joe, that you have the first one. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Lina, for those new to the broadcast, can you tell us about yourself and how you became president for Stand Up for Animals?
Yes. Good morning, Joe. So I am born in Westerly and raised in Stonington. I've actually worked for the Washington Trust Company for 26 years, and that's how I became involved with Stand Up for Animals. The bank is very big on community service and service to others. So one day I met a gentleman by the name of Larry Hirsch, who at the time was a board of director for the bank. And he and I struck up a conversation, and we found that we have this mutual love for animals. And he's the one who recruited me to join Stand Up for Animals. I started as a volunteer, helping out with events. And then several years after, I joined the board as a trustee, and then slowly worked my way up to vice president and now president.
Wow, sounds like you're keeping busy.
Very busy.
She's got a full plate there. So maybe that's where I've seen you before. Do you still work at Washington Trust?
I do.
You do.
Yep.
Awesome. And which branch are you at?
I'm at my home branch.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you have
used
a
to
home,
be.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm at my home branch. Yeah, I've been at several branches. I started out at Franklin Street and then went to
Okay.
Richmond and then downtown, the main office. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, see, it's a small world and a small community, so
It
everyone
is.
pretty much knows everyone for the most
Yep.
part. So, Martin, would you like to take the next question?
Yes. Hey, Lina, can you tell us about the services you provide?
Sure. Yes, Martin. So we support the needs of the Westerly Animal Shelter by contributing to the veterinarian salary. So once a week, there is a vet that's there for all day, and we support their salary. We purchase all of the medicines and the surgical supplies for the animals. And we also provide behavioral assessments, training, and specialized vet care on an as-need basis. So that is how we support the Westerly Animal Shelter. But we also support other shelters and rescues, on request and as needed. We financially support families with pets that have incurred unexpected medical expenses. And in 2020, we introduced our Neighbors Helping Furry Friends campaign, where we bought and delivered pet food and necessities to families financially affected by COVID and or who were homebound. So we found that, when COVID struck and a lot of families were now finding themselves, no longer working, we didn't want them to have to worry about taking care of their pets. So we stepped in and offered assistance to them. We collaborate with other nonprofits and we stockpile their pet pantries. So the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center, the Johnny Cake Center, we help deliver food, bring food to them so they can deliver it to their clients who have pets. And since we started that program, it has grown tremendously. So we're all about helping animals, all animals, dogs, cats, rabbits, all animals. And that is our mission, is to help as many animals as possible.
Wow, that's really fascinating. All the animals.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, I didn't realize that I always thought it was more like dogs and cats, but do you ever get like lizards or things like that at the
We
shelter?
do. We do.
You do?
We have rabbits. We've had rabbits. We've had rats. We've had guinea pigs, birds, lots of birds, bearded dragons. So we do get some different things as well. And since the pandemic hit too, for the first time, Stand Up for Animals found ourselves helping the equine community. So although we don't have farm animals at the shelter naturally, we were able to assist some families who had horses, and we were able to provide them with hay and food and necessities that they needed for their horses, because horses are very expensive to maintain. So yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. That's really good to know, and much needed. And you do great work. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joe, I think you got the next question. You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
How many animals do you currently have in the shelter? Are you able to successfully adopt them out?
Okay, so currently, Joe, we only have one. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Only one. And why is that? Because we do a great job of finding them homes, forever homes, because it's important to us when we adopt an animal out that they're not returned to us for any reason. So that's why we give them the behavioral training that they need. Sometimes the adoptive families are part of that training as well. So right now we have one. We have Buddy, and Buddy is 13 years young. He's a neutered male cattle dog, small breed, only about 23 pounds, but he's 23 pounds of pure love. So one right now.
Wow. Do you have a picture of him?
I have a picture of him on my phone. I don't know if I can make it large enough for you to see, though. Maybe?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
he's cute.
Oh.
He's adorable.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Buddy. So, yep, he's very anxious at the shelter environment, but when out, he shows clear signs of excellent training and a sweet, playful personality. He's
Nice.
cautious. He's cautious of new people, but builds trust quickly when given the appropriate space and respect. And he'd do best in a home without young children, and in a calm home, a quiet home, due to his age. So he's accustomed to being quiet, but he plays very well with dogs who demonstrate an equal level of respect for him.
Wow.
Sounds like he's going to make somebody a great dog.
Yeah. It does sound that way. And how great, only, he's the only one in there. So I'm sure he's getting special treatment because he's the only one there so far, right?
Yep. And we have the dog park across the street too. So they get plenty of exercise and agility. It really is, I call it the Taj Mahal, the shelter. So Martin and Joe and Kim, if you've never been to the shelter, I welcome you to go there one day. I'm happy to give you a tour if you'd like a tour of the shelter too. It is a fascinating place, and we're very, very proud of it.
I'm sure you are. Actually, Joe used to volunteer at the shelter. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Joe?
Oh boy.
Like what you did?
I used to come in and feed the cats.
Nice. And you enjoy doing that?
Yes.
Yes. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for volunteering.
You're welcome.
Actually, some of our other individuals from the Olean Center used to go in and volunteer, before COVID, at the shelter. There's a few others that did that as well, and helped clean the cages, and spent time with, like Joe said, he spent time with the cats and whatever. So anyway, hopefully that can continue eventually.
Yeah, once we get back to our normal.
Right. Can I ask you one more question before Martin asks you the next question?
Sure.
Do you find that certain months are busier when there's more animals that are abandoned and need shelter?
Typically, we don't have a big abandonment problem in our area. Well, I mean, occasionally we do have somebody who has to relinquish an animal for different circumstances, moving and can't take the pet with them to a new house because a landlord doesn't allow for it. Somebody who, for medical reasons for themselves, can no longer take care of the animal. So as far as an abandonment issue goes, we don't have a huge issue in our area with that. Typically this time of year, we would see a lot of kittens come in because it is kitten season, but we haven't seen that. So we really don't know why, but we're hoping that it's our efforts to spay and neuter as many animals as possible to really stop that reproduction. We are very active in feral colonies in Westerly. So the feral cat colonies, we trap, spay, neuter, release, so that they're not consistently reproducing. So typically we would see ourselves with, maybe 4 to 5 mother cats having litters. But right now we don't have any. So it could yet come, we don't know, but typically the springtime is our busiest season. And this spring seems to be not normal for us.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that across the board with other shelters as well, not just us.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Martin, would you like to take the next question?
Yes.
Yep.
Can you tell us more about your fundraising events for 2021?
Sure. Right now, we are collecting pet pictures for our 2022 pet calendar. So we publish a calendar every year. This was the one from last year. Well, this year, I should say. And people can submit their pet pictures, and we publish them in the calendar. The pictures cost, you pay $20 to put your pet's picture in the calendar. And then when we publish the calendar, you get a calendar for free as a thank you for putting your pet's picture in the calendar. The deadline for getting a picture submitted to us is August 7th. You have to give us the picture, your pet's name, and tell us what month you prefer to have your pet be featured. though keep in mind we only have 10 to 12 spots per month, so it is on a first come first base service. And then we'll get the calendars hopefully by September, and then we'll start selling them in the community. Last year, Westerly McQuaid Supermarket sold them for us. Agaway in Westerly sold them for us. Before COVID, myself and some other volunteers would stand outside the supermarkets soliciting people, trying to sell it. But again, COVID changed all that. But again, the great community that we work in, McQuaid's and Agaway said, yeah, we'll sell them for you. Give them to us and we'll keep them on the counter and we'll sell them for you. So that is one of our fundraisers that we have going. And the other one is our golf tournament. So this will be our 19th annual golf tournament. It is Friday, September 17th at Lake of Isles. So if there's any golfers listening, registration begins at 7:30 and it's a shotgun start at 9 a.m. And again, that's Friday, September 17th at Lake of Isles.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah. We just had a bowl-a-thon and that was very successful as well. Our bowl-a-thon was on April 24th. And we had to, we couldn't have 24 lanes because of COVID. We could only have 12 teams, but we literally sold out in a week. We put the email, we sent the email out to all previous participants, and within a week, all 12 lanes were reserved.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes. Very happy.
Bowling, huh?
Bowling, yes, a lot of fun. Do you like to bowl, Martin?
Sometimes, but I'm not very good at it, though.
Yeah, I'm not either. At least they have bumpers at the bowling alley. They don't have bumpers at the golf course.
They do have bumpers at the place to bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How many fundraisers do you have per year?
So again, COVID
Normally.
changed. Yeah, normally we try to do anywhere from 4 to 5 maybe. And again, there are some fundraisers that we're not the ones who are organizing it, but we're just the beneficiary. Every year, John Spaziale does this beautiful holiday Christmas band at the Knickerbocker, and proceeds from the admission and raffle tickets he gives back to Stand Up for Animals. So typically we try to do the bowl-a-thon, the calendar, and our golf tournament are our 3 what I consider signature events. We like to throw in there a scavenger hunt some years, a comedy night, a Funny for Fun's comedy night. Last year, we were looking forward to our very first murder mystery event, and it was Who Killed Joey Sufa, but we had to cancel it. We had to cancel it because of COVID, and we're not sure if we're going to be able to pull it off this year yet or not. But I guarantee you, we will have our murder mystery event, and we will find out who killed Joey Sufa.
And
That's a good one.
SUFA is the acronym for Stand Up for Animals, just in case you didn't know. So you could have your murder mystery as a Zoom event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to know. All right. We may have to talk offline about that. It's not something we considered.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the coming thing. And actually, we have family members that attended a Zoom mystery dinner. Well, technically the dinner, would be in your own home, basically. And so actually, they thought it was really fun and they enjoyed it. And it's obviously better in person.
Yeah.
To be honest, but it actually worked, and I know that people have done it. So so it's good. Yeah. And I love the idea of the calendar. I'm going to have to tell my daughter-in-law because I have 2 grand kitties, and maybe she'll put it in the calendar. Who knows? But really fun cat. So anyway, but I love the idea.
I look forward to the calendar every year. I always put my dog's pictures in the calendar, and I love it. And we've been doing the calendar now I know there was a couple of times where we'd skip a year, but I think we've been doing the calendar consistently now for 5+ years.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, people like calendars. I think that, it's just an easy sell in a sense.
Yeah,
And the cute pictures of animals is all the better. So.
Yeah, I agree.
That's really good. That's good. All right. I think, Joe, you got the next question.
Yes. Can you describe the many ways to donate to Stand Up for Animals?
Sure, there are lots of ways. So we have a wish list, things that we need to take care of the animals, and supplies sometimes for the shelter as well. There is an Amazon wish list for Stand Up for Animals. For anybody who orders from Amazon, like I do, you could designate a nonprofit through your Amazon Smiles, and Stand Up for Animals is one of those organizations. We're always requesting cat food, canned cat food for our many feral colonies. And we have a great partner in Redstone Tire. It's a local business here in Westerly. And sometimes it's not convenient for people to drop off stuff at the shelter itself, or the hours there sometimes can be limited. But Carl and Patty Lombardo, the owners of Redstone Tire, they're opened, 8 to 5, and also on Saturdays, 8 to noon. So people can drop off things there, and then we pick up there. People could always mail us donations to our address, 33 Larry Hirsch Lane, Suite B in Westerly. People can drop off donations there, cash or check. And you could also go to our website, standupforanimals.org, and make a donation via our website. Anything, sometimes people don't even think about things like stamps, but, as a nonprofit, when we do mailings, we go through a lot of stamps. So people can donate food, people can donate stamps, people can donate cleaning products, detergents, for all of the laundry that we do at the shelter, all of the dishes that we wash. Every bowl gets washed every time, sometimes a couple of times a day. We go through a lot of laundry when we wash all the bedding there for the dogs and the cats, bleach, things like that. So there's many different ways that people can help take care of the animals.
Wow, you thought of a lot of stuff there to donate.
I was prepared, Joe.
Yes, you were. Martin, would you like to take the last question?
Yes. What else would you like others to know?
All right. So we are a 501c nonprofit organization here in Westerly, Rhode Island, that our mission is to take care of animals. We are considering, we built this shelter here in Westerly 10 years ago, and now we are considering doing it again, but doing it in North Stonington, Connecticut. So we have our neighbors in North Stonington, Connecticut. We recognize a need to help them with updating their shelter. So we are in discussions with building a shelter, a very small shelter in North Stonington, so that we can help animals in that state as well. Because although we are a nonprofit in Westerly, right now, laws prohibit us from bringing animals from Connecticut into Rhode Island. And with us being right here on the border, it's difficult for us. So we have foster families in Pawcatuck and Mystic and Groton who help us take care of the animals in Connecticut. But we really want a place of our own, a place that we can call home in Connecticut, that we can also help animals there. So our offices will remain in Westerly, Rhode Island. Our Stand Up for Animal offices will remain there. We will consider Westerly our home headquarters. But we want to build a small annex in North Stonington so that we can help even more animals, because that is our goal, to help as many animals as we possibly can.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
That is amazing. You do amazing work. I'm so impressed by all that you do. I'm an animal lover myself, so I'm so amazed at what we have in Westerly to
We
support.
truly are blessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, most definitely. And it's just grown into this great organization, and there is such a need. And I don't think people may realize that. So, but I have to ask you one more question. This is a silly question, but how do you adopt out a rat? I'm just asking.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Good question. there are people who have the experience. There are people who prefer, the rat, who love having rats as family pets. So it really comes down to your experience with the pet. And just like a cat or dog, if you rent, your landlord has to we have to show proof of a lease that allows for pets. So it's basically interviewing the person who's interested, making sure they have experience. Again, always top of mind for us is to make sure that the whoever adopts the animal, no matter what animal, they're going to be kind and loving and respectful to that animal. So and that's what's important, is that anyone that adopts an animal is kind, loving, and respectful to that animal, and really considers that animal a member of their family.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm not a true fan of a rat, and I probably wouldn't be adopting one, but
no, I wouldn't either.
It's crazy. We have just a couple of minutes. Is there anything that you would like to ask us?
There isn't anything that I'd like to ask, but I just want to thank you all for inviting me to come join. It's been my pleasure to be part of the Beat team for a half an hour. Thank you, Martin and Joe and Kim. And thank you for all that you do too at the Olean Center. I've lived in Westerly my entire life. I haven't been to the Olean Center in a couple of years. I haven't been to the physical building in a couple of years, but kudos to you too for what you do for our community, and what we do in helping animals, you do in helping humans, which is equally as important in this world that we live in today. So thank you for everything that you do to make Westerly a great place to live.
Oh, thank you so much for those kind words. It's much appreciated. It's definitely appreciated. Well, you tell Larry I said hello.
I will.
He's a great guy,
I'll see him tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. So, but thank you, and thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure to meet you. And and thank you for all you do, and your team for all you do. And on behalf of the animals, I think we're pretty lucky in our community for you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Also, thank you to Joe and Martin for being great hosts, and a special thank you to Ben Barber for producing our broadcasts. And also thank you for anyone who has listened in this morning. If you happen to have missed the broadcast, you can catch it later on our social media pages. And in the meantime, please keep an eye out on Facebook for our next broadcast. Our guest next week is Lori Robichaud. She's from the LaGrue Center. So we look forward to meeting her as well. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week and stay safe and healthy.
Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time on The Beat.